The Women's Super League is back.
Back three with two wing backs. Looks like Sandy is hugging on this touchline, Ellie Carpenter on the other, and that, I think it's causing Manchester a little bit of problem.
Chelsea, the reigning champions, invincible under Sonia Bonpastor last season in the league. Look to make it 7 titles in a row. Manchester, Chelsea controlling the tempo now of the game. Romano shows too much of it to her. Nordum. AK. Looks to beat Lazo. Nordum can't get it.
Past there, the formidable figure of Rybrink. Hasegawa. Booted away. Can London City have one final attack with Sani Franci, Tassolani to Lindstrom,
especially against Manchester City. Fox did well, I didn't want to get launched. Very, very dangerous in the box. Brilliant header of the ball.
Hasegawa takes it away from her. Shaw's in the middle. Funny Shaw. Can she get the shot away? Back into the middle. Nobody there in a City shirt. Him again. Hasegawa. These changes late on. Down by Clark. Shaw. Hasegawa.
It's Bene. Sneaking one and action Zadorski. Gori pursued by Hasegawa. Probably two are beat, sure perhaps the two that you would equate the most fight with.
I think it was more Gori who had a little give and go, but Wheeler was there for Everton. Gino again.
This game.
To not be without a player of her quality.
Yeah, absolutely, especially up that end of the pitch. That's certainly the biggest area that Rick Passmore will hope to improve on is their offensive work and the amount of chances.
Rise, but she can't guide it into the path of a teammate. Now it's been given away. Hasegawa, so good at recovering the ball in that sort of area. She now makes the break into the area. Hemp's cross, nearly found Shaw for Gino. Hasegawa, but there is Cayman.
But they can mix it up a little bit tactically.
Yeah, 100%, and I think that's a good thing. You know, we've just spoken about Aston Villa being stuck.
It was 2025, done and dusted, finished last season really well. This is Shaw breaking forward once more, and it's Bonnie Shaw to lay it back this time. City players queuing up. Clinton finds the net.
Trying to play forward as quickly as they can to catch Chelsea out. So I think Chelsea have to be really clever with the way that they play with the ball, especially in their own half, that they don't give it away easily. Yeah, hopefully she gets a lot of experience from it.
To nearly win the ball with that high press, they do now.
3 Japanese players in the matchday squad for Manchester City tonight. Hasegawa, another one of them. Caroline.
And Bunny Shaw really marshalled her well this game.
play how well we know they can play. They will. It's going to change Grace Clinton in position, and I'm not sure they're using her to her best ability out there.
Bastonius, Kelly, Mead all can get goals. That's pulled out from Mead. Hasegawa with the nice turn. You just see it. Just getting a little bit sloppy once there.
Nagano. Back on now. Clark. Fortunate there. Get that ball into Hasegawa. Beat him up. Hasegawa. Well, to extricate herself then from a potentially very awkward scenario. Bennett. From Pacheco, dispossessed though. Hasegawa. City win it back. Fujino. Up against Wheeler. Fujino. Victory is Manchester City's.
Hasn't she? And I think you're right, this season she's really cemented her spot, and probably really unlucky not to start.
Hasegawa finds Fujino.
Oh, D'Angelo nearly allowed Bunny Shaw to steal in. And City still have it, and Shaw is calling for it, and here is Bunny Shaw! What a save by by Taylor initially. She's again looking to steal in, but advantage. Hasegawa, quick to react to Miedema calling for it. Hemp wants it, so inevitably does Bunny Shaw! There's another! Well, as soon as another composed finish from City sharpshooter.
Brilliant from Hasegawa, wins the ball back. And the composure, the technique, the technical ability of Bunny Shaw there. She turns, knows immediately where to run. Off the shoulder of Anna Patten, cuts inside. And then once she's in that position, it's inevitable. You just know exactly where it's going to go. There's nothing you can do about it. 101. For the City number 9, look at that for control. Just absolutely sends Anna Patten.
That's the okay after that. Delicious. And beyond that,
She shows her experience, she's clever, she doesn't get caught in a foot race with Ajiman.
being forward by Greenwood, flipped on by Miedema.
An advantage is played. Good cross into the box, and Bunny Shaw. There's Simons. Hasegawa, Carolyn chases.
Hot fee for Grace Giore. It shows the intent of Michelle Canyon
For a bit of defensive stability. Here is Yui Hasegawa, recently made her 100th appearance.
Knocked away. And the German goalkeeper. German summer. Under early pressure here. Sure, Aika Yamashita in the Manchester City ball has actually touched the half-fight Coombs.
Brilliant ball in for Ueki with a chance. Saved by Yamashita, denying her international colleague. The game's first shooting her advances. Scorer. It's Morgan. That's by Hasegawa.
Wheeler. Piece of play was almost like that shot was delivered in slow motion. Is it going to go?
There might be more opportunities for them.
Picked up by Hasegawa.
Janssen back in the side after serving a suspension midweek in the Champions League, and quite varied in the corners they've put in, Manchester City.
I'm sure Rick Passmore will be delighted with what he's seen from his team. Shaw on a complete miss kick, but it falls kindly for Wahabi. More desperate defending. Hasegawa more.
She's definitely not only one of the best strikers.
Some problems to the City left back.
And I think that's why Man City are getting a lot of chances, because Spurs are moving the ball slowly. They've been quite sloppy with it, and I think, you know,
really to replace Lucy Bronze a few years ago. She has had a great career so far at Man City. Player of the match this afternoon. Whilst that was happening, Nikita Paris has now been taken off. We'll get to those substitutions in a minute as Bunny Shaw comes forward for Man City, looking to make it 4. Lovely turn, pull back, was she by Sangari? Surely.
Russo. Saeed. That one as far away from goal as she could, only to find Hasegawa in the way. Beaten to it by Jade Rose. Hasegawa again. Right to the left, Neither Miles through the middle.
Turning, looking to get away from Hasegawa, can't do so. Hasegawa again.
I think he's quite confident when they are coming back, and they can be a team to obviously keep up the pace.
And against China in the easy friendly win not so long ago. Being tentative there. Hasegawa gets.
Your opinion on the kind of seasons they're likely to have?
I don't think so. I think Spurs will do well this season, but I do think Man City will want to push, you know, want to get into that top 3, and ultimately they want to try and win the league, the Man City. So I think for them they have been ruthless tonight. You know, they've took the chances, and they've got, you know, people who they need to be scoring goals, Miedemar.
That was a great bit of skill from Paris. Ball comes forward to Virgino. Virgino to Shaw. Again, Shaw trying to go by herself. Went to ground, but nothing doing from the referee. Chip ball into Virgino, tries to take it down on the chest. Coombs!
Rule.
Thomas. Just too far ahead of Rybrink. Rose.
You know. Hasegawa now for Man City.
That one so well.
Might clear that one. We'll come here for Uendo. Ueki. Hasegawa. Just take this one out to safety. And settle for the goal kick. Hasegawa losing out to Asai. Yes. Unfortunate with the return pass.
At the start of the game, but saying that, someone who has come on, you can immediately shoot creative midfield and someone again.
Really dominant header of the ball. They've got 3 or 4 in there that can really cause problems.
Here's Turland now. As United come forward. Jess Park Chops back inside, doesn't find a teammate though. Had so many injury issues last season. City, as Mallard wriggles away from her defender. Toon and Rolfo with her. Still going, Malin went herself, but the move will be kept alive. Here's Jess Park. Rolfo making runs in the box. Hannah Blundell now. Watched all the way by Hasegawa. Manchester United. Here's Mallard.
Manchester City. And here they come again, Aston Villa. Daly once more, just behind her a little. It's towards Hansen, she won't get to it.
Try and get herself that 100.
Hasegawa. Tensions of Maritz does get the cross in short. Will aim it back. Hasegawa. But
that's the difference, and that's what you get when you've got a player of that calibre in your ranks. But you need to keep at.
Andre Jeglerts. With a touch we haven't seen, of course, in City colours.
We've certainly seen in men's football some managers, some teams actually starting to kind of go against that now, deliberately, and going back to a more old-fashioned direct rate back to London City. Moving back again immediately. Hasegawa has Clinton making the run down the left-hand side. Grace Clinton making her first start for Man City this afternoon. Oh, nice touch from Hasegawa, class that.
Was overload on the right, but it was cleared initially towards Meadham. Hemp away from the challenge and finding Hasegawa. Hemp, well, that's a nice turn, but she turns into Baril.
Finds Hasegawa, who turns brilliant away from danger. Here is Lauren Hemp now. Ball across, Bunny Shaw blocks.
It's when Riviere gets pulled out into those wider, higher spaces, and then the looks like the rest of the back four are not sliding across and leaving that half space for City.
Cheating. Hasegawa, that's nice. See, pinch it back there with Glenkiller Brown.
Show no mercy to newly promoted teams. Hasegawa and to Uabi.
It's on the near side, the Liverpool left. Had a great deal to do, the Manchester City goalkeeper so far. Hasegawa.
They do need to take if they are to maintain pressure. The Blues at the top of the Women's Super League.
The bench. Hasegawa. Van Hoorn battling away.
Time for Manchester City, but I feel like Everton we want to get a little bit more pressure on the ball.
By Martinez.
Midfielders, there was four defenders and midfielders all around the City players winning it back. It's that fighting spirit from Everton that they're going to have to keep up in this second half.
Keating out of the team at the moment.
Ball to advance almost up to the halfway line. Rose, Fugino. She was found by Hasegawa, but Kanak. Linkilda. City were able to play that in Kasparai again. We've got to the outcome that many people thought would happen in this game, but maybe not via the route we thought we'd get there.
No, incredible.
been the ones to keep too many clean sheets, and they have to sort of try and have that control to try and shut the back door and not create sort of a basketball type fixture. And
hopefully it doesn't hinder what she's really good at, and we can see a different side to her. But we all know the quality that Lauren Hemp has and the pace that she has on the ball. Her assist.
Hasegawa. Kasparai. Won the Copa America in the summer.
Straight back.
Try it. Hasegawa.
Everyone has that reset where, you know, you pull your socks up or you look at the crossbar or you do something and you think, let's go again. And I think as a forward player, you just need the next chance to come as soon as possible and try and put it in the back of the net.
I mean, sometimes you just got to miss the press out, know when to do it, and it might not be pretty, but it gets the results.
hoping the same level of attacking impetus that they did in the first 45 minutes, just with that added clinical edge. So much of this season.
I think they've definitely approached this game with that in mind. The way they've controlled possession in their own half has been
green grass.
She shut down every single opposition.
you're a Manchester United coach, Tanya.
No, definitely not.
In from Lauren Hebb. Sandberg quite managed to head it clear. Hasegawa plays it through to Fujino.
Again is given plenty of room. We can hear Rick Passmore telling Julie Thibault where to go. Hasegawa, Fujino. Always seems to be an option for Manchester City. Hasegawa. Again, although they are the home team, I'm sure that they're just looking to tick off the milestones every 5 minutes as a sign of progress as City try and come forward now with Hasegawa. Then there will be 1 or 2 travel issues up and down the country this morning, and it's had an impact on those in charge of this game as Nak with a quick restart here. Here's Hasegawa. Now again, McLaughlin has come across. McLaughlin, the player we saw there, was grimacing briefly as Hasegawa. Long spells of inactivity in this game. City haven't scored. Hasegawa. Visual roll here, slightly further up the field at the moment. And Hasegawa. Now Nak. And again. Here is Fujino. Now Hasegawa. Fine with the cross in initially. Wahabi, Linkilder, Hasegawa, McLaughlin looking to force her back. Nak under the way, and Leicester suddenly have attacking options here, but Kane physical exertions as well. Here is Carolyn. Hasegawa, Fujino has moved into central role at the moment. But Leicester held on for so long, but
through some work over the course of the 55 minutes so far, but there's plenty more to do here. They need to try and get a foothold back into the fixture, but at the moment it's City just piling on the pressure. Jakarta does well. Daly was caught after them by. As City in this game. City have been good, but it's the finishing that's been the difference. But City just aren't stopping at the moment, Harry. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, you keep expecting them maybe to drop points, but this has been one of their best performances against a side that you sort of rank as maybe one of the best of the rest in the league.
Yeah, certainly, and the way that Aston Villa played a good chunk of that first half in particular, you know, they really did test Man City, giving a run for them.
This afternoon, they were beaten 7-0 here a few years ago, their joint heaviest WSL defeat.
Stroked it out to Kasparai. He hooks it in and the ball then comes out and it's parried by Hampton.
The thing I would say is when she parried it goes straight back into the danger zone. So again, if there was a Man City player there, might have ended up in the back of the line from City and a good start.
Really well by Yui Hasegawa, who scored on her. Let's have a look at that Hasegawa strike.
Yeah, it's great technique. The way she comes over the ball, like I said, I think it goes anywhere else.
Kasparai finds Shaw, lays into the path of Lauren Hebb. 3 players to aim for. She finds Hasegawa, and that would have been a fantastic goal for the Japanese midfielder. A deft little flick, couldn't goal.
It's fantastic play all round. This is where you want to see Lauren Hebb, when she's driving into the box, getting the balls across, and oh my god, it's so nicely done there from Hasegawa, and she's the kind of
Hubby are getting into Lauren Hebb. Shaw and Carolyn into the box. Hasegawa is there, free. 2 chooses Fujino on the edge. Here's Hasegawa, and then it's shots for Manchester City, and she does take it. it's too easy for the home side, really. And Yui Hasegawa opens her account this season.
This is a wonderful play on the edge of the box. Short and sharp. The Brighton defenders are asking for offside. I think she's really clever. I think you can see that little moment. Looks over her back shoulder, opens her body out, doesn't actually run forward too quickly, just changes the angle of her body. And then at this point as well, look at this for a finish, opens the hips out, in the side netting, but it's short. She was fouled there. Gino. That was actually close to Manchester City.
Very, very good delivery again, and it's exactly what they intended to do.
She helps on there by Miedemar. Kasperai. Miedemar off the line. And she can't force it home.
Angle for the right-footed delivery for players to meet that with their heads. Hasegawa teasing one in, and it's off the frame of the goal before Fujino rifles it back in. Yet to be cleared. Fujino again, and West Ham just about smothered.
Ball was absolutely delicious, and the way it just hung up to the back post couldn't be collected from Semic and Rose.
Sure. Hasegawa. Positive start from Manchester City.
Sam United was Uahavi's delivery towards Gracie Pryor. There's Hasegawa. Again, charged down by Bigger.
Gino. Hasegawa just in field. Sure. Finds Hasegawa. Header away only as far as Shaw.
To Lauren Ham. Janssen this time marking Bunny Shaw in the box. Bit of a better match, and it comes in, and Hasegawa.
United just overcompensating into the central spaces to deal with Miedemar and Shaw and left the back post space free. And that's just something we talked about Tuesday.
Into the final 5 minutes now. Yui Hasegawa goes from range, and it's straight at Middleton Patel.
Hasegawa, loop towards Miedemar, a great save by Leipzig. Play.
You see the impact of Carolyn already, just the speed in which she wants to play with, get the game moving.
Hasegawa.
Next goal feels crucial. Stadium from Harvard Union. Internationals in the city
Slowly starting to turn the screw here. Yui Hasegawa. Hasegawa. From Caroline, a real goalkeeper.
And that's where Spurs just have to be solid at the back and ride out different waves of pressure and momentum that Man City are going to put on them.
Hasegawa. Miedemar dunked to the ground. Shaw had started a run early. She might yet get there. Stands away, but Hasegawa, the ball's on. That's a nice pass. Kasperai will reach this.
That's a lot of running. She's done really, really well tonight.
Kasperai. Switched it there into Miedemar. Hasegawa. Big weighted ball there for Kasperai.
Chiara Keating in that Man City goal.
Manchester City's turn to touches at the attacking third. Hasegawa keeps it over to Hamilton. It's not too bad for Gino.
Here, just lovely ball in from blinking around as well. And you can see that Hasegawa looks up, you think she's going to go.
determination keeps the ball out the net.
Hasegawa. Kasparov. Over to this right-hand side. In behind, Sidorski too.
Mallard's often been playing off the wing with Turland forward, but in his pre-match interviews,
the launch the second half of the season.
Miedemar lays it off to Hasegawa, who plays it forward looking for Shaw. Out is Riviera.
Very deep. Knack was almost in there, so too was Wahabi, but Ale with the crucial touch for Leicester. Hasegawa. Wahabi. Nice challenge, but straight back to Hasegawa.
Let's kick her out. Hasegawa forwards, Shaw on the move, but it's a culprit.
So a thoroughly satisfying night so far for Manchester City. Looks like it might be one of those games that we've seen so many times before, where one of the teams built up a very healthy lead in the first half, adds a single goal in the second. And one-time winners, as Manchester City look like they're going to do here. It's been a change. Meantime.
Brown. Hasegawa steadying the ship. A brilliant through ball.
Takes people to drive into. The pass selection after that and the execution to go with it has been brilliant. And that's what we've seen so many times in the last few moments. And again, the speed that the game's being played at is causing mistakes when they are under pressure. Like we said, with Shemek and the ball goes over top. It's just the one that you have to really take care of now. Now there seems to be
The City racing forward with numbers. Hilda Brown, momentum of the move, just lost a little. Hasegawa does well, really good touch from Kasparov to
Does really well there, starts to lay, starts high, limits the space in behind, which is clearly what Everton are looking for on the break.
touch, and City will build from the back. 13 league cup game against Newcastle before coming through a shootout. They will
have decent crosses as well. Special mention to Grant, who's had a bit of a quieter second half, I'd say, on the Villa right hand side, but yeah, one of those days for Villa where a couple of moments could have made all the difference for them.
Joined midway through last season. She scored 4 goals in 8 WSL appearances last campaign. Fujino and Hasegawa nearby finds her international teammate.
Have to take 6 passes if you can take 2, and I think that's what we're seeing now. You know, in football in general, the narrative has slightly changed.
So now to curl in. From left and right, not quite hitting the targets for Manchester City just yet.
He said, didn't he, in his pre-match interview that he feels they could be better from crossing.
Haven't taken their foot off the gas at all.
So far alongside Swaby at the back.
That's better though. Warren Head just spotting the cutback opportunity.
Shaw. It's a little bit too wide. Hit him up. I wouldn't expect that from her. That's right. Curling ball. Hasegawa. Shaw's in the middle. Hasegawa can't progress. Towards Shaw.
Float this one in and she'd just use that one as special practice.
The absolute best feeling in the world when you're a defender that your goalkeeper early shout, comes out, claims it and then distributes it like that. Brilliant.
Gino to delay things so slightly on Manchester City, not in a particular rush to reinforcements forwards. Hasegawa. Hits a lot from this West Ham defence. It's only as far as Vivian and meets
into a great position, but it's good play down the right-hand side. Hasegawa, lovely little ball. Take a little sidestep round the opposition and find that next pass that then Manchester City can build from.
Supporting area as well here for Bunny Shaw.
Need to get her on the ball a lot more. She's finding herself a little bit deeper now on this left-hand side, trying to cover alongside Denton and sort of snuff out the threat of Benny on this right side.
Gino. Oh, that's a brilliant ball, and Hasegawa couldn't direct it on target. The biggest chance of the second half falls.
And it's really good. It's a great overlap from Arabi, and Gino steps inside. What a reverse pass, and I think it's Zadorsky that just covers round and drops in too deep while Tiziak's trying to hold the line, and the reverse pass.
He went the line to the right-hand side.
He's come over to this left-hand side now where I say he was.
It's Hasegawa. Sitting on the loose ball. Bene into play, but I knew Denton has done a
lot to do with both threats. And if you get that wrong, one of them will certainly explode.
Rose. This is where Leicester really retreat as a group. It's in towards Hasegawa. Square to then Kilda. Asperai. Hasegawa. Gino. Then Kilda. Time to look and see what the options were. In the end, the cross is
side, but wasn't able to find that finish.
Scored a couple last season, yet to score in the WSL. Opportunity now for City to get another.
That's something for Aston Villa to be aware of, but Bunny Shaw, I think she's an exceptional talent, 100 goals almost. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see that landmark reached and potentially even surpassed today. She's been a fantastic signing for them over the last few years.
In the last 3 games, 8 and 12 this season. Stopped scoring at the minute. Last 8. Top scorers in the BWSL this season. Basically, they've sharpened up
Hasegawa finds the ball from Kilda Brown.